Well, good evening, my brothers and my sisters. I am coming before you from the beautiful little town in Georgia, Mapleton, Georgia. I wanted to do something a little bit different for the holiday. We're outside, we're enjoying. I can hear the birds, I can hear the plane, and sooner or later you might even hear the train that's the bane of my existence go by and even blow its horn. But bear with me. It's a great day, and hopefully the rain will hold up because it's been kind of schizophrenic around here today with the sunshine. The rain seemed like a little storm coming through and everything else. But what I want to do today, I'm going to basically go through some of the pieces that I've been reading for the last 2 years, and some of them, most of them, are in one book, but there's some that I've done by way of the internet. So what I'm going to do is read these pieces backwards, starting from the back of the book instead of the front, because the front has something that I probably just read to you recently. So sit back, relax, go in and out. I'm going to be here for about an hour, and I don't expect you to sit, go get yourself a drink, coffee, tea, whatever, water, whatever suits you. This again is nothing about brave pen and paper. It's just an opportunity for me to enjoy your energy and you to enjoy mine. Let me go ahead and say now, happy Memorial Day, Memorial Day weekend rather, and hopefully if you're traveling and that you've gotten to where you're going to go, and if you have not, safe travels to you. Just continue to stay safe during the pandemic. All right, so I've got my should I say my refreshment right here. My glasses are here, so why don't we go ahead and get started? Now, like I said, I'm going to start from the back. And so one of the first pieces is a piece I wrote years ago called Who Will? Who will feed the children that often go unfed? Who will kiss the orphans gently upon their heads? Who will shelter the homeless to continually walk our streets? Who will provide shoes to cover their tired, sore feet? Who will provide medication for the elderly and the poor? Who will provide affordable prices at the pharmacy and the grocery store? Who will fight the drugs that are killing a generation? When will we elect a president who will respect the United Nations? Who will show compassion for the child born to poverty, receiving a lesser education because budgets are based on property? Who will vote in assemblies against bills of hatred and separation, and not falsely defend one's vote when faced with interrogation? Who will give of their time, of their talents and resources to build an army of great minds instead of military forces? Who will take the time to love and accept other races, understand that we have more in common than our hands, feet, and faces? Who will forego greed for which this country is really founded, and look toward inner peace that has kept us rooted and grounded? Who will fight for justice while others fight for contracts, to build more jails and prisons, to railroad and warehouse more blacks? Who will boycott the products that promote negative stereotypes, portraying women as whores and brothers chasing the hype? Who will forego the luxury SUV to prepare to those who choose to stand for what is right? When one chooses such a road, prepare for an unfair fight. So I asked the question that's been asked so many times before. Why is it that when we had so much less, it seems we gave so much more? Who will? And again, I wrote this when Reagan was in office, and how it's interesting that so much of this could actually be or is parallel to what we've dealt with in the last 4 years. And it was something interesting. As I was reading it, it caught my attention. It says, who will lower the high wall? Who will lower the high walls and break through glass ceilings to expose the crookedness behind closed-door illegal dealings? And so it makes me think about Georgia Senator, Georgia Representative Parks. I think I'm not going to get her name right. Parks. I don't remember the first name, where she was arrested for knocking on the governor's door while he was signing the bill regarding the voting bill here in Georgia. And I love that the question asked who, and she answered it by being the one. So there you go. There you go. So listen, I am going to thank you so much. I see my sisters on board with me. Sultan, I see you, my brother. Thank you so much for being with me. And there's at least one other person. So what I'm going to try to do while I'm here, I've got my computer set up, and I hope to be able to get a clearer view of who may be with me um, while I am actually here with you. So let's take a look and see what we got going on here. If it'll show me live, because that's what I would hope, because otherwise I might miss you trying to be here on the phone at the same time. But hey, it's all good and it's all right. All right, so, all right. I cannot see, so I'm going to use the phone. I'm not sure why I'm not able to see you all on the computer at the same time. So, but here's one that I'm going to read because I'm trying to do it in order. Uh, I didn't prepare for this, and I did that on purpose because on Wednesday, and for Wednesday Wisdom Poetry, there's I get up. I'm usually already know what I'm going to read. Sometimes I'm writing something brand new. There's a set time that I get up. There's a set time that I'm going to be on. There's a set time that basically that I stay on once those 3 or whatever number that I'm going to do is done. I am right now just looking at the weather, looking at how late I can stay out before I get too dark for you to see out in the dark. Before it gets too dark for you to see me in the dark, I should say. But with all that being said, we're going to do this until we can't do it anymore. The next piece is called Soulmates. It simply reads, when my heart cries out, you are here to listen. When my spirit is broken, you are here to mend. When my mind is racing, you are here to regulate. When my body is yearning, you are here to fulfill. When my soul was lonely, you became my mate. Soulmates. One of the things I'm trying to learn about myself is to really let things go. When things just don't work out the way that I expect them to, just kind of move on. So I'm going to look one more time to see if I can see us on the video, and maybe let's see what we got going on here. Guess what? I think we got it. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to just mute it. And I can see myself here. It acted pretty much like a monitor. And this is one of my favorite ones. I don't remember, I didn't read it this past Mother's Day. It's entitled Son to Mother. Just a little play on the title, Mother to Son, by Langston Hughes, one of my favorite pieces by him. Your spirit lives in me and all that I do. I am who I am, and it's because of you. It's because you love me with the grace only mothers give, and your second exponential tool is the power to forgive. I ask you to forgive my fears that sometimes kept us apart, glowing mistakes in my consciousness oppositional to my heart. God has allowed us to grow to the spirits we treasure now, lifting our love and gratitude, laying our past and burdens down. So let me flower you with poetry. This much I can give. I offer this simple gift of love, this much while we live. Son to Mother. Jerome, my brother, good to see you. Actually, thank you, because once you came on, for whatever reason, it triggered here, and it showed up as a notification. I was able to get on to see you guys, so thank you so much. Now, this one, I have to thank vocalist Kanice. Kanice, you're gonna choke me for getting it, because I almost usually call you by your first name. Kanice Washington, you're gonna choke me. I hope that I got your last name right. But she's a fabulous blues and jazz and blues vocalist out of the Washington, D.C. area. I understand that she is making her way, I think, out of the country, but I think one of our territories. I could really trap myself into some conversations. I start something and realize, Sharaledon, you don't have all the information, so that I end up trying to fluff it. But Kanice, thank you for this piece. It's called Ella's Song. Kanice had me to write this particular piece at Ella Fitzgerald 100th, which would have been her 100th birthday a few years ago. And so thank you so much, which was 2017. All right, so here it is. And I should have known better. I don't know what I was thinking. It looked like I wrote it in a 10 or 12 font. Ella's song, number one. Let's go way back to 1917 down to Newport News, where music is celebrated in classical, gospel, jazz, and blues. We'll journey through spirits with great voices. We'll stop and listen to Ella Fitzgerald, the greatest of our choices. You got Billy moaning and Sarah delighting the fellas, but you ain't heard real singing till you hear my girl Ella. She is the last great voice of female jazz singers, the one who kept the big band swinging and the dancers popping their fingers. There are voices we'll remember, some sweet and some strong. Put the two together, mix it up, then you got Miss Ella's song. Like no one else, she could always bring it. Put a tune in her head, Miss Ella could sing it. But when she sung a simple single word, your ears experienced the grooming of a morning calling bird. Some folks never find where they truly belong, but Ella created her own place as the stunning, scatting First Lady of Song. Ella, song number one. Hopefully we'll get to number two somewhere in here. Hopefully I did not take it out. The next piece is entitled, my girl, my grade school friend, Rita White. Good to see you. It is great to see you. Rita is one of those forever friends that stood by me back in elementary school. We remained friends over the years, separated, but never with our hearts. So Rita, thank you so much for being with me. Woke. Now let me also say, I'm going to stumble through some of these because some of these I have not read in over a year and a half to almost 2 years, probably even longer. But bear with me, and you and I'll do the best. You'll do your best at listening, and I'll do my best at reading. So we'll do that. I need to do more than sit here and dream, for while I was dreaming, there goes another scheme. There's the scheme of another form of redlining, pushing documents to folks who don't even know what they're signing. There's the scheme of taxation without representation, and yet these are the citizens who will fight for our nation. There's the scheme of engaging in multiple wars, brave warriors returning with unchecked mental scars. There's the scheme of property tax-funded education, still creating segregated schools and spending years in litigation. I must do more, for this isn't a joke. The schemers are always scheming, but I am always woke. That one's entitled Woke. Thank you. Let's see who else I have with me today. I've got at least who's, let me see who I got here. Kerwin, thank you, my brother. Marcel, I see you. Adrian, I see you. Got you both. Got you all. And who else do I have? Jerome, again. Cassandra, sister, I see you. And EJ, I got you, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. And this comes right. Perfect. Gratitude. Let me back up a little bit. Gratitude. What shall I render to the God of everything? What shall I offer? What shall I bring? What can I give to the God who has given all? What can I supply? What can I haul? What can I do for the God of all creation? What can I find, and in what nation? What can I choose that's never been chosen before? What would God hold dearly, love, and adore? What I can always give is my gratitude and my best, and leave my God of divine ideas to properly do the rest. Gratitude. This next piece, I see that I've got it dated for 2016. And just as I'm looking at the title, I'm thinking if I probably wrote this one from a Dorothy Moore song. I'm trying to remember, but it's entitled, the piece is entitled "It's God," and I'm really trying to remember the name of the song that Dorothy Moore does. But let me get into the poem, and hopefully, by the end of it, I will remember, because I'm almost 100% sure that can't be almost and 100% sure, but I'm almost sure that Dorothy Moore actually, this poem was done from her piece. There's a feeling I get that I cannot explain. It makes me shine like the sun through thunder and rain. There's a feeling I have that I cannot let go. I cannot turn it off like it's just for show. There's a feeling I love that loves me right back, that keeps me covered while I'm under attack. There's a feeling I share that I cannot keep. When all is going well, I still cry and weep. There's a feeling I feel, bumped, bruised, and flawed. And then there's that feeling, ain't nothing but God. It's God. I was hoping I would remember that. Wow. Gosh. But if you all know Dorothy Moore, you'll see the correlation. Let's take a look at something here. Well, and I almost forgot that I am actually live, and it's like Radio 101, is that you never you never have a spot or time that you're not engaged, not or speaking or whatever. But I'm looking up the song by Dorothy Moore. And the musicians, especially for church musicians, they know exactly what song I'm talking about. She used to, I'm going to leave that alone and come back to it. Wow. Okay. Maybe that mind ain't what it used to be. I'm going to skip this one because this is from a Wednesday Wisdom Poetry. Oh, this is an interesting one. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Don't tread on our bodies. And this one was written in the last year, I believe. I'm just going to read it. It was just so much going on, as it still is here in this United States. We're still standing, we're still strong. We won't settle for you telling us where we belong. We're still breathing, for the air is still free. But how dare you constrict with the pressure of a knee? Where is the justice for black and brown bodies? But you use them for medical research when you're looking for antibodies. Black and brown bodies is all you tend to know when you're looking to enjoy sports, music, or a comedy show. You know full well we are so much more, so you use your economic power to keep us begging and poor. A concerted effort on your part to maintain your status quo, expecting your white privilege to be waiting everywhere you go. Never giving a thought that what you have was not yours to take, so what you do instead is claim that the truth and news are now fake. For decades of disrespect and disparaging remarks that our psyches have had to endure, you look at us like we're crazy when we say absolutely, positively, we'll take no more. No more murdering of our loved ones for the sake of manifesting your hatred, showing from the depth of your soul, money and power is the only thing you hold sacred. I reflect on pictures of lynchings with hundreds gathered around a tree. You're the same ones that would take up arms if someone threatened your liberty. Lady Liberty can kiss my ass, for she stands not for me. She welcomes you to sit right down and tread your hate on me. And Lady Justice can follow suit with her covered crooked eye, claiming she is just and fair is a complete and utter lie. So don't act so coy or concerned when the pressure finally pops. This is what happens when you follow murderers at the hand of dirty, racist cops. I don't have to tell you when this one was written. I don't have to tell you the outcome. I don't have to tell you that I am so sick and tired of waiting for justice. But I'm glad I wrote this when I did and to be here to see the outcome. Interesting. And right behind that is farewell to the finest first family. Is everybody all right? Do you need a break to go and refresh your drink? Get some chicken salsa? Do what grown folks do? Whatever. But I'm going to be here. I got time. All right? I'm going to keep reading and you just catch up and get in where you can. All right? And go ahead and do me a favor. Go ahead and hit your share button if you like. I would love for you to. It always helps with the algorithms and everything. But here again, this is not anything connected really to Brave Pen and Paper. I'm just wanting to come out, enjoy the fresh air. You probably just heard the train go by, the bait of my existence. But it's all good. It's all good. Good to see you good, Jerome. Right. Farewell to the finest first family. For making the White House the people's house again, for leaving the property and administration without a scarlet stain, thank you. For inviting souls to gather, no matter religion or hue, despite what others without mercy try to do to you, thank you. For creating a kitchen garden where children experience and learn, planting seeds of knowledge for which their curiosity yearns, thank you. For always going high whenever foes go low. For introducing the country's four-legged friends with the addition of Sonny and Bo, thank you. For standing tall and proud while under so much scrutiny, serving veterans and service members and never facing a mutiny, thank you. As you leave the people's house, the story will forever be that the Obamas represented well as the finest first family. Thank you. And I understand, I think it was last month that we actually lost the first dog, Bo, to some type of cancer, but the old saying that all dogs go to heaven. And so I was glad that President Obama and the Obama family had the opportunity to have that special soul in their midst. I am to believe that Sonny is doing well. All right. This is one of my favorites. Sitting with the sages. Can't seem to get comfortable. Sitting with the sages. The spirit of Essex flows through me, speaking his truth, setting me free. The voice of Maya still rings in my ears, speaking her truth since my childhood years. The brilliance of Langston leads me on to explore other options, not poetry alone. The fire of James burns in my veins, calling out truth and shouting out shames. The courage of Richard orders my tongue to speak for the thousands of Negroes hung. The drive of Lorraine carries me on to write about families struggling yet strong. The eyes of Ralph exposes me to the greatness within for others to see. The lens of Gordon captures my soul, freezing it, developing it, presenting me whole. These great sages of literature and art have journeyed on after fulfilling their part, leaving a legacy that must be told. Keep writing, my friends, as your legacies unfold. Sitting with the sages. The next piece is entitled, What Mountain? Here stands this mountain perched majestically high, its razor horn crest sharply piercing the skies. This mountain stands fast, obstructing my very growth. Couldn't go over or under, I know, I tried them both. This mountain stands solidly, blocking greener pastures. This mountain, this rock, I must surely master. Standing in the distance, it grows from all my fears, getting harder to contend with from days to months and months to years. One morning as I awoke, singing praises of gratitude, looked at that menacing mountain with all its girth and altitude. Now I scale this very mountain, reaching its highest peak, believing I can manifest whatever I plainly speak. This mountain continues to strengthen me as I squarely address my fears, for there is no mountain greater than my loving God who cares. What mountain? And I'm sure my friend, my sidekick, my brother on the cafe chat at the last Monday of every month, Kenneth Hammond, could appreciate this because he tackles Stone Mountain. I'm sure probably almost every day. He's gone from walking up and down it to walking up and down and around it. He can have that all he wants by himself. I might give him the honor one day of going up and down the mountain, but I'm not going up and down and around the mountain. I do that from a conscious level almost every day, so I don't want to have to do it from a physical level as well. So that's what mountain. The next piece is entitled Step Up. Step Up. Step into the light, step into the breeze, step into the spirit who speaks to the trees, step into the warmth, step into the cool, step into the source who is the ultimate fuel, step into the breath, step into the tears, step to the conqueror of all our fears, step up to injustices, step up to hate, step up to the judge of all our fate, step up to life, step up to love, step up to the creator we are all made of. Step up. Step up. Step up. Interesting. This is a piece I haven't done in a while. It's entitled Love. Love is so much more than a feeling. It has a commitment to shine, to grow, to forgive, to show, to honor, to hold. Love is unlimited in its capacity to do all these and so much more. Love does not constrict, define, label, hit, or undermine. It does not judge, hate, segregate, or stagnate. Not love. Love finds a way to honor the beauty that is inherent in every soul, even when one fails to acknowledge one's own inherited beauty. Love may leave one feeling weak, but love itself is never weak. It is the strongest exponential force in the universe. Often underused, underappreciated, and misunderstood. It is a healer, a revealer, and when it comes to sacred places, a concealer. Love expands and rejuvenates at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, I reintroduce to you the one, the first, and the last, love. First and the last, love. I like that. I'm going to skip my dwelling place. We'll come back to that on the end. I have a piece in front of me entitled Working Your Oil. This piece was written just before Reverend Dr. Barbara King made her transition. It was written in celebration of her, oh my God, how many years now? I've lost the count of the years at Hillside, but this was to celebrate her, and it was amazing. I was one of the poets that was on a Zoom call with her, and to thank you, Donna Satchel, for inviting me in and recording it, because who would have known, who would have thought that weeks later that Reverend Dr. Barbara King would make her transition. But I would like to read this piece to you that I actually was one of 2 or 3 pieces that I read for her anniversary there. Working your oil. There's that dream that drives you, the one that makes you tick. You do the work just to find that success is never quick. Like the widow and the oil, there are lessons you must learn. Some oil you will sell for profit, the rest you will keep and burn. Of those lessons you will find, your neighbors need not know. For when you do kingdom work, it isn't just for show. Another lesson you will discover, that there are principles in place. To rid your creditors of your debts will warrant amazing grace. But a greater lesson learned is to start right where you are. When you begin with faith in that place, your blessings will go far. Working your oil. And I'm proud to say and to tell you that the widow and the oil is one of my favorite Bible stories, and I love that the story, and I tried to pull this piece as much as I could in limited time from that story, but I am looking to do a longer piece of the widow and the oil, and to actually to hopefully get back into the classroom or a Sunday school or a workshop to actually teach the widow and the oil, because there's so many lessons in that particular piece. And if you're familiar with it, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you want to become familiar with it. All right? Very good. The next piece is a piece entitled Created to be Loved. Anthony, my brother, thank you for joining me. Created to be loved. We were created to be loved, whether one was created in love, thus we seek it all life long. Looking high, searching low, though never going deep enough to the places we need to go. We fear going into the caverns and into the crevices of our heart. We fear crossing the rivers of our soul and traveling in the dark, thus abandoning the very essence, the makeup, the nature, the genetic predisposition of love itself. Love is bio-emotional, it feeds, it grows, and it reproduces. It shares, it feels pain, yet it heals itself. Love is more than a feeling, it is a commitment to the universe to invest your portion. A commitment to yourself to grow and develop and to fully appreciate your existence. A commitment to others to encourage them to do likewise. Love in its most basic form is what makes us human. It's what illuminates us all. It's what makes the atoms providing life collide, providing warmth and the glow that only love can create. The very presence of love, much like a candle in darkness, has the potential to forever change your surrounding, offering an open invitation to be redeemed at face value. Love, the most precious commodity. Love, love, love. That again was created to be loved. This particular piece is Ella's song number 2. You can always tell when I've got something. I'm so too transparent at times. Anytime I've typed something up too small, trying to get it all on one page for printing purposes, I always realize it's too short for my eyes, too small for my eyes, and then I go, But I'm giving you too much information on how to read my body language. This one's for the lady who always had a song, whether she was scatting solo or swinging with Louis Armstrong. This piece is about longevity with songs that makes your soul shiver. Can you hear Ella singing now? Cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you. This poem is about art and how art makes the mundane fantastic. Who but Ella Fitzgerald could pull off a tasket? This night is about celebrating 100 years since her birth and being able to fully appreciate forever the imprint that she's left on this earth. Whether she was singing with a full orchestra or just a fife, Ella wrapped her soul in her songs. Have you heard her do Mac the Knife? These 100 years may seem long to many, but when it comes to music to appreciate, Ella Fitzgerald left us plenty. Plenty to make love to, plenty to dance to, plenty to hum to, and plenty to move to. Yes, that's my lady Ella, always with style and grace, blessed with a voice unmatched that has secured her rightful place. Ella Fitzgerald, number 2. Now, I have to tell you, I was laughing because, I go back and I listen to some of the big band music, and I was listening to Ella Fitzgerald. And I don't remember right now the song that she was singing. And I remember, you get really tuned into the lyrics, and I go, "Oh my God!" I said, she was kind of on. It was kind of risque, especially for that day. I loved how she kind of sneaked it in, and so as I go back and I listen to Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald and some of the people from her time, yeah, even Billie Holiday, which was I think a little bit earlier, but nonetheless, when I was reading something here, it just reminded me of this one song that she talks about. Just being grown. I'll just leave it. Just being grown. I love it. Let's just leave it at just being grown. Uh, but I like that kind of artistry, that creative nature, uh, to to touch those parts of the human spirit, that when we let ourselves go, we actually glow. Questions. Where were you when I needed you most? Leaving me with memories of when we were close. Where were you when I felt so alone, nursing that emptiness, knowing that you were gone? Where were you when my heart cried out for you, feeding doubt in my mind that we were through? Where were you when you felt my love, knowing that your world I am forever a part of? You were always right here, embedded in my heart. While I was busy asking questions, you were planning our restart. Where were you? Questions. It's an interesting piece. God has given me. God has given me my voice that I might use to uplift others, not tear down and abuse. God has given me my hands that I might assist, not to batter another soul with balled, hardened fist. God has given me my feet that I might run this race, not for me to judge your direction or your pace. God has given me my eyes that I might see all the beautiful souls placed around me. God has given me my ears that I might receive all that I hear and choose to believe. God has given me. Aunt Barbara, good to see you. I'm just, this is just kind of off the cuff. I call it sundown poetry. Just coming before you, I wanted to do something a little bit different. The Wednesday Wisdom Poetry is so structured. I've just kind of relaxed, having refreshments, and just walk in and walk out, do what you do, come by. If you want to throw a wave, a reaction, or a comment, I'm taking it all tonight. Homage to Bree Newsome is the next piece, subtitled Flying Free. Bree Newsome is the sister, my hero, who climbed the flagpole on the state ground of South Carolina State. The South Carolina State House to take down the Confederate flag. I love it. Okay, so let me just get into this. Why fear me? Refuse to hear me, pretend not to see me, rejoice in not being me. Why accept the illusion that all is well while living in a fantasy as though under a powerful spell? Why still sing divisive songs of old that seek to imprison me with the blood of my ancestors untold? Why fly colors to show embedded hate, claiming that it is the choice of the people of the state? Why discuss removing a symbol of crime when history shows us yet again that it is only a matter of time, that people of good conscience will rise to the occasion, and it won't be of any particular racial persuasion? Why use a symbol to separate, divide, and to part, when we all have such goodwill to offer each other, eagerly awaiting in our hearts? I am as you are of me. Until the hatred stops, and stops now, none of us is ever free. Homage to Bree Newsome. Subtitle, Flying Free. And it is my hope to one day meet Miss Newsome, and just to let her know, or just to simply say thank you. This is for you. It's entitled Grateful for You. I am grateful for the smiles you share. I am grateful for your presence here. I am grateful for trials you weather through. I am grateful for you simply being you. I am grateful for the happiness you feel. I am grateful for your love so real. I'm grateful for your wonderful spirit. I'm grateful for how you freely share it. You are kind, compassionate, loving, and faithful. For the spirit that you are, I am forever grateful. Grateful for you. I'm loving the way the outdoors is looking and feeling right now. Um, if you've been on if you've been on Facebook today and seen any of my posts, one of the ones you probably saw, I was on my bike early this morning, did about 10 miles. I wanted to keep it short, and I posted a piece saying this is how I throw shade. And so you can't see the car, from where I'm sitting, but the bike rack is still on the car, just in case I actually just want to jump up in the morning and do it again. So such a liberating feeling, and one thing, so I'll put this out. It has a double meaning. I'm the pedaling poet. So, I'm always, I'm on my bike, and I'm always got some project or something I'm working on. I'm always pedaling, So I just thought I was keep coming up with the pedaling poet. But nonetheless, that was a good ride this morning, and we'll see what the day tomorrow leads into. The next piece is entitled God Provides All. God provides all. God provides all I truly believe, from what I give to what I receive. Not by my merit am I blessed so much, but that God shows me favor with the most loving touch. From healing my body when I'm not feeling well, to giving me strength so I can run and tell. I remember being last and at times being first, but I've never been hungry or faint from thirst. God provides me resources as only God can, and put into action my most creative plans. Yes, God provides all. As I step out of the way, blessings flow freely as I meditate and pray. God provides all. Interesting. Just a side note, every once in a while I will post something, and even my poetry. Most of my work comes through me as a vessel, but a good number of it comes through me and picking up those experiences that I have encountered in my life. And so we can see some of it as biases. Excuse me. But I would like, I hope that that you see that most of it never is to advise someone else. I do make a lot of I statements, and if I'm not making an I statement, I'm hoping that it's a universal statement, because we each have our own way of showing up in the world, and I am fully aware of that. But I say all that to say I don't always get it right, and those times when I don't get it right, I'll try to correct it. But this piece, dress rehearsal, and sitting in front of me reminds me that it's my dress rehearsal and not yours. So I hope that your dress rehearsal works for you as mine should work for me. Dress rehearsal. When the music starts to play, I'll dance. When the ball is in my court, I'll serve. When I'm up at bat, whether I hit or I miss, I'll swing. When the door is open, I'll walk through. When the window is open, I'll crawl through. When opportunity knocks, I'm already dressed. Love that. I love that. When opportunity knocks, I'm already dressed. I'm not gonna say any more about that piece. These are pieces that I'm flipping through that I've already read. I might had, actually it's interesting because these are in larger font. I just spoke with my sister, Cassandra, just before coming on, and she was sharing something with me concerning educators. And so this is entitled "The Work of Teachers," and my aunt Barbara, who is a retired teacher as well. I salute you, I honor you, and I thank you for what you have done. And the one thing I know about educators, you never stop teaching. So it's not what you did, it's what you're still doing. This one's entitled "The Work of Teachers." Excuse me. The work of a teacher is never done. Grading homework is beneficial, but seldom fun. Teachers rise early to start their day, spend hours after school without additional pay, planning and scheduling every part of the day, reflecting on how to deliver a lesson in a more technological way. Give a teacher a moment and they'll make you smile. Give a teacher 30 minutes, they'll educate a child. The work of teachers. I can't help but smile, man. I've been in the classroom. I've worked with some phenomenal educators, instructors, and teachers. And I will tell you, there's nothing that has brought me more joy than seeing, I always put it this way, when you're trying to teach something and a student gets it. And there's that glow in a student's eye that may have been challenged earlier when they get it. And I thank you all who are educators so much. I'm going to stop there because I said it's not about brave pen and paper and the line and all of that. But I will tell you, there's anyone who knows me know that I celebrate love and I celebrate education. And right behind that is teacher's prayer. I couldn't make this. I did not go through. I was going to flip. I'm just keep flipping. And this is one, excuse me, sinuses. It felt like a good idea to be out here, but we'll make it through. The next piece is entitled Teacher's Prayer. And this piece was, oh my God, it's over 20-some years old now. Yeah, it's over 20 years old. It's one of my favorite pieces. Might I pass the greatest test to teach my students to do their best, to study hard without excuse or stalling, so they might reach their higher calling. I await the day the phone will ring from a student I taught now doing their thing. I will beam with pride as I hear my name, engrossed in the moments of joy and fame. But until that day, I'll keep on teaching, wondering which students I'm truly reaching. Teacher's Prayer. And I had been thinking, I've been thinking about this piece lately, that I'm going to actually republish it again. I had it back in the day as a 5x7 note card with a little apple, black and white. I'm going to do more with this because, especially after the pandemic, I think I want to put something out that's extremely inexpensive that parents are, you know what, the truth of the matter is, I might give these away because I want parents to have something tangible to say thank you to their educators. And it's not going to cost me anything more than time when you're looking at it that way, because educators and teachers, you are to be celebrated. All right. I'm being a little bit unfair. I was like, is this something I want to read? I don't know how I got in there, but let's read it anyway. I'm sure it's PG. Aim higher. I just thought I saw something about blush, and I'm like, okay, let me read this right quick. Aim higher. I feel your whispers. I hear you think my name. I blush at the very thought of it. You clearly have set your aim. But you alone weren't aiming. I too had my sights set. I'm just a little more patient. I'm not ready to release yet. I'm not quite ready to go all in. My past is one big heap. I find that to I find that to be safer stance before we ourselves are in too deep. I prefer to talk and chuckle. I'm sorry. I prefer to talk. I prefer to talk. I'm sorry. I'm almost afraid of where this is going. I don't know. Okay. I prefer to talk and chuckle, finding places that didn't exist. To know, to get to know each other first. On that, I must insist. So we'll continue keeping on with laughter and a blush or two. And I'll reach out just to say hello whenever I think of you. You know what? This sounds like a bad attempt at some online dating. I laugh at myself because no one can laugh at me better than I can laugh at myself. You know, I'm sitting here going, this is not sounding like something I wanted to share tonight. But you know, that's what this is all about. Just being off the cuff, and whatever comes out, comes out. Oh, this is interesting. And then it doesn't help. I must have been running out of black ink because I got it printed in red. Got it printed in red. Sun's going down, and 10 or 12 font. Only Sharaledon Brave. What do you really think? What do you think you know? Are you watching love change, or are you watching love grow? Have you been moved lately in a stunning yet unfamiliar way? Are you experiencing deeper feelings, hoping that they'll come again and stay? Has your whole body been reacting in ways that seem strange and new? Is your reflection in the mirror strangely unfamiliar too? Technically, you are the same person, but with a far greater mind. So the reflection you now see is your body and your spirit aligned. So, if this feels deeper than you've ever dug before, keep transforming yourself, my love. I promise you, there's so much more. This one's entitled Love Transformation. Oh, good. We okay, doing good. Almost right at an hour. You probably heard this one several times in the last couple of months. This one's entitled Son of My Soul. I'll just get right into it. You've probably heard me say that I have the opportunity to be a godfather, and my godson is just a wonderful spirit. So the poem is entitled "Son of My Soul," regarding him. Reverend Doctor Pulley, my brother, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, for stopping by. Son of my soul. You are the son of my soul, the light of my life. You bring grains of knowledge and seeds of growth. You offer baskets of fruit to be consumed by any. You move chairs and tables to make space for all. You teach lessons of flight with words and actions, modulating thoughts and ascending the realm of reality itself. You touch the shining crown that radiates atop your head. You look down at your feet, for they are serving you well. You honor your heart that whispers loving thoughts to your spirit. You rest in the wholeness of your soul that your Creator guards forever, for you are the son of my soul. And I love this piece, especially coming up on Father's Day, that there's so many of us that show up in different ways as fathers, as godfathers, as uncles, as coaches, and as educators, all of those. And this is one of my favorite pieces, and Son of My Soul. I'm going to stop there and go right into the next piece. I had read a piece earlier, and I was trying to remember the name of the Georgia State representative that was knocking on the door and got arrested here for knocking on the governor's door when he was signing a piece of legislation that should not have been ever signed, but welcome to Georgia. I said all that to say I found a poem that I wrote recently on March the 31st entitled Ode to Park Cannon. It was Representative Park Cannon. Oh, I'm going back now. I did not understand something that I think was Anthony said earlier, and I was like, what is he talking about? So, Anthony, I wasn't ignoring you. I just did not know what you were talking about, and hopefully you're still on. You said, you asked me to read something. You said, knock, knock, and I'm like, knock, knock. So you know my pieces better than I do, and I will probably find you in my messages later, but it was Ode to Park Cannon. Let's just read it because someone said do the knock knock, and I was like, what is he talking about? Now, you know what? That's great that you would remember my work that I've forgotten. Knock knock, governor, unlock the door. Knock, knock, governor, we won't stand for any more. Knock, knock, governor, what are you hiding? What laws are you signing that is bent on dividing? Knock, knock, governor, are you that afraid that a primary foe will be leading the next parade? Knock, knock, governor, I will not go away. Your signature will do the opposite. There'll be the price you'll pay. Knock, knock, governor, now you've sent the law. Underestimating people of color is your fault and your flaw. Knock, knock, governor. That was Ode to Park Cannon. Whoa. I said, welcome to Georgia. Welcome to this country. Knock, knock, governor. The next piece is a piece entitled Tell Truth Tears, and I believe I wrote this after the verdict and the murderer of our brother excuse me for just a moment, George Floyd, and I'm going to just read it. Your children might see you cry. Do your best to explain why. Tell them about our collective trauma, where the only hope of justice is unseen karma. Tell them that these tears are those of our ancestors, which forged the path of today's dedicated protesters. Tell them that all hope is not lost, that hopefully another human life is not the cost. Tell them the truth of your existence and why you put up such a strong resistance. Tell them that the reason for your tears goes back over 400 years. Tell them that they must be and remain strong, for right here, right now, is where they belong. Tell Truth Tears. When Our Souls Awaken. It's the next title. What do you do when reality is no longer real? How do you handle it? How does it feel? How do you move forward when what was is now gone? How do you mend together what is irreparably torn? How do you uproot what was never planted down? How do you still water what now has you drowned? Begin with being honest, always with oneself, then pick up the pieces of whatever is left. For within these pieces are the lessons you've learned that will guide you to the places for which your soul has yearned. When Our Souls Awaken. Oh, I love this. This is a four-liner. I've stayed away from four-liners today, but this is wonderful. Never mind what others think or what you've been told. When you create your own path, you get to pave your own road. Again, never mind what others think or what you've been told. When you create your own path, you get to pave your own road. Powerful. Wow. So, I'm going to, because all the rest I've done in the last few days, but I'm going to close out with my dwelling place. I want to thank you all for being with me on this evening. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, special holiday weekend for Memorial Day. Uh, Thank you so much. Continue to be safe. If you're planning on getting vaccinated, please go on and do so. If you've not been vaccinated, please, or even if you have been vaccinated, do what's best for you and your family and in your household. I continue to protect myself even after being vaccinated when I go out in public. So let me go ahead and do my dwelling place. Father, you are my dwelling place, the sun rays upon my face, the wind against my back, the light between the cracks. The promise in time of storm that I'll never be left alone, the anointing upon my head, by grace and mercy I am led. You are my counselor, touching my eyelids with sleep. You are my very best friend, for my secrets you do keep. You are my way maker when mountains are all I see. You are the King of glory who sets my shackles free. When others try to trouble me, as I continue to run this race, I shall keep on keeping on, for you are my dwelling place. Again, I thank you so much for being here with me. I am Poet Sharaledon D. Brave. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Continue to be safe. Again, there's going to be a whole lot of traveling about. Traveling and a whole lot of people out on the roads traveling, so please be mindful not only of yourself but of others. All right, so we will see you on next week Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now.